Hit us with that intro, brother.
Have you ever wanted to watch a movie produced and developed and directed and created by an Irish Studio Ghibli? We talk about a movie like that and more with Wolfwalkers.
Good intro. Welcome back to Around the Weird, a booktube channel where I talk about all the unusual and out of the ordinary literature that I found in my travels. And from month to month, I also talk about interesting movies with my friend Lucas from one of Strike the Sun MD or Lucas MF or one of
Strike the
the.
Sun MD. It's been the same for a couple months now.
Okay. It just, I'm forgetting because you don't release videos on a constant basis.
I released one last month that you said you'd watch and never did.
I didn't. I've been meaning to. I'll I'll
It's all right.
I'll put it on the agenda today. But yeah, this is today or this month we're talking about Wolfwalkers, as you had assigned in the previous month, which is quite a bit of a difference from the Sallow movie that we watched, the 120 Days of Sodom.
A welcome difference, I think.
Oh hell yeah, it is. It is night and day with that movie. That was such a like. I want this movie to kind of end kind of vibe, and this one was just like it was a breeze of a movie, and also I was like, no, I'd love to see more in this world.
Keep going. Where's the sequel?
Exactly. So yeah, you told us we're watching Wolfwalkers, or we did watch Wolfwalkers. This was directed by Tomm Moore, and released in 2020. It was written by Moore and Ross Stewart, and you hear voices from Honor Neefsey, Sean Bean, which is interesting, and Eva Whitaker, also an interesting. Actually, I don't know who that is, but
Yeah. The production company is Cartoon Saloon as well.
now the unfortunate thing is that this is locked away behind Apple TV.
Ooh.
You could probably find it elsewhere. Like you could get a subscription on Amazon, but I had never heard of this movie. And I feel like because that the reason for that is because it's an Apple TV movie, or like Apple TV bought the rights to show it, which is one of the many problems of our subscription service sort of thing lately. Like it used to be that these movies were released into theaters, and I don't know if Wolfwalkers ever got released into theaters.
I from what I saw, the box office was made like $1 million something on a 10 million euro budget, but it was an Apple TV release, so I guess box office doesn't matter for those kinds of movies. I'm not sure,
Yeah, I'm
but
sure it's cost of doing business for Apple.
yeah.
But I still don't like it because like who else is gonna hear about this movie unless you have Apple TV? And I guess people do kind of care about Apple TV because Severance did pretty well.
Well, the Apple TV does, I would say, currently have some of the best programming at the moment. But I only know about a lot of Apple TV stuff because I use Apple products. So from time to time, I get discounted or free month or 3 months or whatever if I buy a new one. So I had seen this movie last year when I bought mine. I didn't watch the movie then, but I saw it on Apple TV when I bought a new phone, which is now an old phone. But I had previously seen The Secret of Kells, which is another sort of like Irish folklore type of movie, and I think there's also Song of the Sea, and it's like a trilogy. But I do agree. I feel like this movie in particular, locked away by Apple TV, incredible film that just disappears into the aether for a large portion of the world because they never have, unless they get Apple TV or are really deep into like Letterboxd or whatever. Yeah, this might go under the radar for them, and that's a real shame. It is truly a beautiful, magnificent film, story, characters, art, sound design, music, everything.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot. There's like a couple issues that I have with this movie, but everything else is kind of phenomenal. I would say the art style in particular is like a storybook. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I one of the things I love about the art in this movie, and I at first I thought I was just like seeing things, but I really like that they have I don't know what an artist would call them, but sometimes maybe in the more dramatic moments, if I'm remembering right, it's been a couple weeks since I watched, but you will see the lines, like the outline when the artist is just starting to draw the figure for the animation. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
I heard somebody
skeleton.
else mention that on Letterbox. I didn't notice it myself.
What? It was there. Okay. Anyway, I really like that, and I couldn't figure out like why is that there. But I don't know what it is, but something about it really just added to the experience. I think it mostly was there during the more dramatic moments, so it felt more visceral in a way. I get not visceral, but like intense. I love that. I thought that was a really great directorial choice, maybe production choice.
I was paying attention. I just didn't notice it, or maybe I just thought it was normal. Like I just it didn't stand out to me because I might have seen it elsewhere or something.
This is Irish animation, yes.
Yeah, it's but it just the especially the animation, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. But like the animation from the like perspective of the wolves, like it's so
That was
different
cool.
from the animation in the rest of the movie that it was honestly the most probably the most beautiful thing I've seen in a while.
Agreed.
But
Anyway,
let's head into the movie. So this is a bit of an interesting one, in that it's set in the colonial times
yes.
for Ireland. Unfortunately, the British have moved in and have said, "We would like your stuff. Please give us your stuff." And the Irish are helpless to do otherwise.
Yes.
But the interesting thing is that the protagonist, Robyn, is a British child
Hmm.
who actually wants to be back in Britain, and her father is a hunter for the Lord Protector, who's been tasked with getting rid of the wolves because the the farmers are under attack from wolves, and the city is trying to expand, but that can't happen if people are being
Yeah, and the
attacked.
people are afraid
Yeah.
because there are wolves. And the English, the Lord Protector, he's a guy, he's a tyrant of sorts who demands to have full control and power over his subjects. Part of that is also dominating nature, which he says things to that effect in a couple of his lines. Yeah, yeah, as you said on Letterbox, he's a bit one-dimensional, but I think I feel like he fits perfectly for what he's supposed to do, what his role is. He's not overused. If he was, then the one-dimensionality would be a lot more frustrating or noticeable or detrimental, I should say. But Robin's father, what's her father's name?
Good fellow.
Oh yeah, Goodfellow. That's right. Is played by Sean Bean, and that is a that was a big surprise to me. I was personally expecting his character to die at any moment.
Right. Yeah. He does that. Uh, and technically, well, I was gonna say technically you could say he does die because he's reborn as like something else, but that doesn't count really. Also,
Yeah.
spoilers.
Anyway, Robyn is a rebellious girl. She's part of this colonial troop in Ireland, doesn't really want to be there, wants to go back to the way things used to be. Her mother is gone. She has died, I believe. I forgot how she died. I don't remember. Did they mention it?
I don't think they said it specifically, but
Yeah,
like,
it's just something that's in the back and it affects Robyn. It's, Goodfellow needed to have a job and needed to take her and this kind of thing. He was good at tracking and stuff. And Robyn really looks up to her father a great deal and wants to do what her dad does. She wants to be a hunter, tracker, manly man kind of guy, kind of woman, kind of girl. But she is not expected to do that. She's meant to work in the scullery, in the kitchen, and cleaning and all that. However, before we get to that, they're in Kilkenny, right?
yeah,
Yeah, Kilkenny. And the Lord Protector wants to exterminate the wolves, which is what the British did to the Irish wolves. They are extinct now because of the British. But anyway, she goes with her falcon into the forest, and Merlin is the falcon's name. She's got a crossbow, just like dear old Pop. She accidentally shoots Merlin
yeah.
in a little wolf attack, as I recall. She's trying to protect some farmers. Which, by the way, at the beginning of the movie, forgot to say, one of the farmers who kind of shows up as a gag character through the rest of the movie and is imprisoned, he sees the wolves early on and he's afraid of them. He's worried they're going to attack. But then something controls them. Would you like to say what?
Yeah, and the first time we see the wolves, it's like he's being attacked, and then the like an older woman pops out, who we find out is Meb's mother, who is one of the Wolfwalkers as well. Meb saves him, but the second time it happens, it's Meb who when Robin shoots Merlin, Meb goes and takes Merlin, and tries to do something. We don't really know what happens there. But as the outdoorsman, the farmer, whoever he is criticizing the Lord Protector. He's arrested because the Lord Protector shows up and is like, "You're not allowed to make fun of me" or whatnot. And the Lord Protector's mad that the Goodfellow is not succeeding. Kind of a running thing throughout the movie where like the Lord Protector is like, "You suck at your job, man."
Get good.
And then the Lord Protector wants Robin sent to the scullery, but she manages to break free and heads back into the forest, and that's where she meets, or that's where she sees the wolf and Merlin kind of together. And a really cool moment happens where Robin's trying to get away from this wolf because she doesn't have her crossbow, and she's like she steps into a trap that her father had set, and so she's upside down. The wolf is kind of jumping around her, trying to get at the rope that's holding her up, and Robin, trying to protect herself because she doesn't know anything about this wolf, is just swiping away at it. And the wolf like manages to get the rope down, but in the process also bites Robyn. And then like Robyn can see like in different vision, which is gonna be indicative of something that happens
In
later.
in s- yeah, in smell-o-vision, as they say.
Smell-o-vision, I love it. But yeah, she follows the wolf back, and a pretty beautiful scene. She's kind of peeking like around the corner, sees a bunch of wolves, and sees a child as well as an older, very beautiful, big bushy hair woman. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Steven Universe.
Sure.
Very beautiful kind of people there. But the wolf kind of their that soul kind of goes into the child, and that like we just find out that that's Meb, that the wolf is or like that she's a wolfwalker. Like they're kind of like a superstitious kind of thing. People are saying they exist, but the Lord Protector's like, no, wolfwalkers don't exist. That goes against God.
Only Christ exists, who speaks through me. Your not Lord Commander. This is not Game of Thrones. Lord Protector.
Yeah, very indicative of the British's kind of entire thing at the time, where it's
Yeah,
religious colonialism, and we're gonna beat the paganism out of these savages, which
exactly.
not good. But yeah, so Robyn is watching this happen, gasps when she sees it happen because the child looks in her direction, and all the wolves are just like, what's going on? And like Robyn meets Meb. Meb is using a lot of Irish or Celtic. I don't know exactly the term, but the language, which uses a lot of letters that don't always sound the way that it's spelled. I think that's
I think
cool.
it's
Like,
Celtic.
yeah,
Maybe it's
Meb.
Irish Celtic, because there's also like Scottish Celtic too, I think.
Yeah, Meb's full name is like Meb Og. I forget the last part. It's an entire thing, but it's a really interesting name. And
MacTire. MacTire.
Mactire, yeah,
I don't know what it was.
yeah. It was something like that though. But yeah, so we find out that that Meb healed the Merlin, and then Meb sees the bite mark on Robyn, and she says she's gonna heal that. She says she hopes she got to it in time, which spoiler, she did not get to it in time.
Not at all.
But we don't really find out about that until later. And Meb says because her mother's body is there, but her she went off and did something, and Meb says, oh, she'll be back anytime. Nothing can really take down my mother. So her mother's in her wolf form, but we don't know where that is. But Meb
Yeah.
assumes that her mother is coming back.
Yeah.
Very, very kind of
She
sad.
believes it. I don't know if she really believes it even at that point. But she's telling herself that mom will come back because she has to, because she needs her and that kind of thing. And that becomes more and more clear that she's just telling herself this the more time goes on, and the more more deforestation happens, which is a really tragic thing to see, because it is a lush, big, beautiful forest at the beginning when Robyn first like shoots Merlin by accident, and there's this big tree where with a big root coming up. I remember right, or a big branch or something. I think it's a big root that comes up, and that's sort of an important location for Robyn meeting Meb. And slowly but surely throughout the rest of the film, you see the I don't know what to call it, the end of the forest get closer and closer, until by the end, which we're not there yet, but by the end, the deforestation is at that point. and the trees in that area are getting chopped up. And it's that to me was a really impactful, like really great storytelling thing. Like things are happening, whether even if you're not seeing it, time is passing, things are happening. Yeah, the attention to detail in the movie is, I mean, this is like an obvious detail, but it's really nice that they showed that. It made everything that's happening, and the brutality of the British and the Lord Protector and all that much more harrowing. Robyn tries to go home and gets severely punished because she, one, did not clean the house like she was supposed to, did not return to this, did not go to the scullery like her father, Goodfellow, wanted her to, and tried to, I believe it's at this point, or maybe it's the next time she comes back, tries to tell her, dear father, I know a way to get rid of all the wolves because I know you're having trouble with hunting them. And also, please don't hunt my wolf friends. And Daddy-O is having none of that.
Yeah. He's like, you need to get to the scullery. I'm working under a deadline, and the Lord Protector isn't happy.
Yeah, we need to follow what he says. I don't know. How did you feel about? I know you had problems with. I don't know if this is when you had a problem with Goodfellow yet, but I know you had issues with Goodfellow.
It was more later that I
Oh,
had a
okay.
problem with him.
Then you point out when you had the issue, because
Okay.
I really liked this tension between the father and the daughter. Like I can't even though I know better because of dramatic irony and all that. Like I know from Robyn's point of view that what she's saying is true to some extent. Although where are the wolves going to go once the forest is? This is something that wasn't actually spoken of or thought through. But it's like her dad, Goodfellow, has done nothing wrong. He has said nothing wrong, even though he's a huge antagonizing force at this moment, for Robyn especially, by not listening. He's trying to do his best. She's all he's got. He's all she's got. He's all she's got. And I just felt like,
Yeah. But what my issue comes later. But uh, the next day, Robyn has to go to the scullery, and she's not able to sneak out. Which Meb is shown kind of waiting for her because they had made plans to hang out.
yep. We
And
should mention that the Irish kids in the town bully Robyn as a British girl.
yeah,
They will become important later. But continue.
yeah, that's good. The Irish don't want these people here.
Yeah.
Later that night, like Robyn thinks she's having a dream where she's sort of looking at herself, and she's like, "Wait, what am I looking at?" And then she looks in a mirror or not a mirror, like the window, and sees that she's a wolf and kind of staring at her body. And her father hears this, comes upstairs and tries to shoot her because there's a wolf standing over his daughter's body. And the wolf, like the Robyn, the wolf now, because Robyn is a wolfwalker because she's been bitten. She jumps out the window, kind of attracts the attention of some of the town, mostly the guards at this point. I think at this point she goes and finds Meb, and they sort of frolic around. And there's a beautiful song that plays there, "Running with the Wolves."
That is such a good song.
It is a great song. I felt it really added to the movie, and I think I'm probably gonna listen to it like outside the movie now.
It's in my playlist.
Yeah, it's that good of a song. But it's like they develop a deep friendship, and again, Meb says that she's waiting for her mother, and there's like a increasing desperation there. But later that night, Robyn tries to sneak home, And before she's able to make it back inside, she sees her through her smell-o-vision, as you say. She sees like a specific path or something that's kind of guiding her. But again, like the guards are alerted to her presence, and then people become more aware, and there's a bit of a panic going on. But Robyn manages to make it to where the smell is coming from, which is the Lord Protector's castle or whatever he has. She gets inside, and who does she find but Meb's mom? I don't think her mom is ever given a name, Mammy, as they say, at least in the captions. The Lord Protector has Meb's mom and wants to tame it to show that the wolves are not actually a threat, to basically keep the populace under control, because right now they're forming into a mob, and they're like, hey, you can't protect us. This entire civilization, like civilization only works if there's protection from the beast, beyond the city, and that's not really working right there. So but the Lord Protector manages to calm people down, and he's at his wits end with Goodfellow, with
Yep.
Robin's dad, and he's just like,
Threatening his ass.
if I will make you a soldier in my army unless you kill these goddamn wolves.
And you will go to the front lines too.
Yeah, yeah, he's not giving him many opportunities, but he is saying like you have one last chance. So that's kind of what's happening right now.
Another thing about the art that you see with the wolves mostly, that is really cool. Because you kind of see it here, like when Wolf Robyn is running around, and with Meb when she's a wolf, and all the other wolves. It's just a small thing, but their shadows, the eyes don't have a shadow. The light pierces through where the eye would be, the eye silhouette. You saw that, right? I don't know if that really means anything or is something with Irish art or whatever, but I just really liked, I mean, it added an expressiveness to the shadows, which was really cool. I
You probably
like
have to
that.
see more Irish movies to really know for sure if that's part of it.
Yes. I have no idea, but it was pretty interesting. I really liked that. Just, sorry, all the
Now
art is great.
there is something else if you're talking about the art. There's like a scene where there's like three different panels, a triptych, which
Yeah,
is was kind of impressive to me because I was like, oh wow, this could be like in a church or something like that.
for
Just like what
sure.
the three different characters are doing. I don't remember specifically what each character was doing, but they're all kind of dealing with their own thing at that point, and
For sure.
like everyone's kind of getting more desperate. But Robyn is trying to prevent Meb from coming into town because that's gonna be a danger for Meb. And Robyn is also trying to free Meb's mother, but isn't really having success. So like the next day, the Lord Protector, or well, actually, Robyn and Meb have an argument, and Meb or they kind of break off their friendship for a little bit.
Yep.
So yeah, Meb goes away, but the later that night, the Lord Protector shows everyone the wolf that he's captured, and he's like, "I've managed to tame it, but it's still growling, so that's definitely not happening there."
I've tamed it, he says, with a caged animal and a collar,
Yeah,
a chained collar.
yeah. He's like, "I'll tame it or I'll kill it. Either way, I'm going to show everyone that I'm the big cheese around here."
I'm the one with the big brain.
Yeah, and Meb shows up at that point, just kind of demanding to know what's going on. And Robyn doesn't want her to find out what's happening to her mother, trying to keep.
Too late.
Yeah,
That's what happens. Meb
so
goes crazy.
Yeah, but she does use the Irish boys to sort of trap Meb for a short period. But then she
Yeah,
sees her mom, and she breaks out of the cage.
yeah, ultimate betrayal.
I think at that point, Meb just like they're trying to capture Meb because she looks like a feral child, but she's
Yeah.
outsmarting all the guards.
Do something, good fellow.
Yeah, yeah, like you
Yeah.
can't capture a simple child, and then she climbs on top of the sort of castle walls, the city walls, and says that she's going to come back with the wolves in what is a pretty like baller scene for me. Like she then howls, and all the other wolves start howling, and everyone is just like, "Oh God, what's going on here?" A little bit of a panic going on because like oh god, this means the Wolfwalkers are real. And so now the Lord Protector has to deal with the fact that these superstitious people are letting superstition kind of overtake them. But
Yeah.
the Lord Protector at this point again says that the father has like one last chance, and he like if he doesn't do it, like that's it for him. It's off to jail or something. Yeah, the Lord Protector creates like a hunting force,
Yeah.
heads
Well,
to the
Yeah, Maul escapes, but before the mother wolf escapes, but before doing that, she bites Goodfellow.
no that yeah.
And then when they escape, that's when the Lord Protector, this is your last chance. Do not fail me, or you're going to go fight the Celts in the south or whatever on the front lines.
Yeah.
He's already dressed as a soldier. He's no longer a hunter. But at the moment, he's just like guard duty. But now he's on this mission, and they go. Longfellow kind of does his own thing to chase after Robyn, who's run off again. She ends up oh my gosh, meeting at the tree, which at the main tree where they first met, which is now deforested too. I don't know the best way to say that, but there's this coming of understanding of each other. Meb and Mom have this beautiful moment where they come together, and one of them is still a wolf, and her spirit is the human. Oh yeah, the mom's spirit is a human. Meb's turns into a wolf, and they embrace, and it's very beautiful, and it's touching, and then bam,
Yeah.
ruined
Yeah.
by Goodfellow.
I knew that was gonna happen, but it still hurt. Like, yeah, Robyn is there, and yeah, I think at one point the father sees Robyn transform, and is
Yep.
shocked to see that she's become a Wolfwalker too.
Oh, she told the truth.
But Robyn, who now has a taste for blood, is ripping out the throats. We don't see it happen, but ripping out the throats of the soldiers.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, Meb takes her mother back to the tree and is healing while all that is happening, like trying to heal. At first, it doesn't work, but she sees like a sort of art depiction of the wolves around her, indicating that she needs the power of the other wolves too to maybe succeed in healing her mother.
Yeah, and this leads to a pretty epic siege of the den, and a not time crunch, but time is limited. Can Meb heal her mother in time before the whole den is destroyed when she needs the focus and attention of all the wolves who can't really do too much, which leaves Robyn to lead the pack to some extent, to fight these overwhelming forces with cannons and guns and armor and everything. Can they do it? Well, as Bob the Builder once said, noted philosopher, Bob the Builder, yes, they can. But it's not so easy because the Lord Protector does not give up. And just as he's about to get the upper hand on Robyn and the wolves and Meb and her mother, Goodfellow, who's been chained because he got caught by the other soldiers, he's like chained to a cart, I believe, or is it a horse? I'm forgetting which one.
It's a cart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He turns into a wolf.
Yeah.
And this leads into some really interesting things happening because he realizes basically they start fighting with each other. Robyn gets knocked out and moved away, right? Am I envisioning something? Because she doesn't help in this fight for some reason. She's knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah. The Lord Protector is gonna kill her while she's kind of like unconscious.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then her father shows up and
Kicks
begins
ass.
fighting
Yeah.
with the Lord Protector, who has like a sword.
Yeah. Slashes Goodfellow across the face as a wolf, I believe. Yeah, it has to be as a wolf. And then happens to notice that Goodfellow, the human, has the same scar. And being very smart, to me, I agree that he's kind of one-dimensional, but this showed to me he's not just like brutish and not foolish, not just brutish and like I must be in charge and I'm a devout, all things go through me, which go through Christ or whatever. He's quite intelligent, tries to aim for Goodfellow, the human, with his gun to try to kill Goodfellow, the wolf. That does not work out for him. And ultimately,
It specifically doesn't work out because of Chekhov's crossbow, which I thought was
yeah,
funny. Robyn is now in her human form and shoots the Lord Protector's gun out of his hands.
yeah. And
The,
then he just decides, well, if I can't win and be evil, I'll die. So he kills himself by jumping into a waterfall full of deadly rocks down below, which is awesome and how I want to go when I die.
he says like Lord protect me or something, God protect me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but he's probably in hell if they're because he was overzealous with his religion. And
For
that's what
sure.
happens to everybody who is overzealous in there. But basically, that's what befalls everyone who is overzealous eventually. But yeah, at that point, like the wolves have come back to Meb. She and I think I should point out that this is kind of where I had my problem with the father is that he turns into a wolf. I felt like that was a like because Robyn with Robyn like she's still young. Like she has the opportunity to make better choices. But with her father, it really seems like he's decided to join the Lord Protector. And even though he's doing it because his daughter needs to eat, like I still feel like he's like making him a wolfwalker is too generous to his character in many ways. This is
Sure.
also a children's movie, so maybe I'm
You're a
just kind of like,
cynical asshole, is what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, I've been ruined by this world. I'm sorry. But
Well,
no,
you don't like the "We Are Family" ending.
no, it's I think it's pretty good, but we'll get there. I mean, it's yeah. Essentially, like Meb has been trying to save her mother with the wolves. It hasn't worked. Like she's brought her back, put the soul back in her, but she hasn't sort of woken up and recovered yet. So Robyn goes there and works with Meb to heal. Like there's this big old power, big old friendship thing, which is very beautiful, great art. Great art, and they managed to heal Meb's mother, and so yeah, like they're like we have to go. We can't stay here, and Robyn and her father go with Meb and her mother now. Again, that's exactly what you were just saying. They are a family. Um, I do think the movie was kind of suggesting that maybe Robyn go off on her own while Goodfellow kind of does his own thing. But
I didn't get that feeling myself, but I didn't dislike the family ending, but it did feel like, yeah, this is a kids movie.
a little too optimistic given what actually happens in Irish history. Because like
Yeah.
the wolves die. They're
Yeah.
you like it's not a happy ending in real life, but it has to be a happy ending in the movie. But
Yeah.
maybe
I'm
a little
okay
bit of
with it.
wishful thinking. But I do like when imperialists when colonizers get their asses kicked. So
Yeah. Maybe it's like a what could have been.
yeah, yeah. So that's really the end of the movie. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. Some of the
Mm.
best art that I that I've seen. Very, we said it was like an Irish Studio Ghibli,
Yeah.
but and I do think that's kind of right in multiple ways. One, the art style, but even the art is kind of unique here. But also, this is very reminiscent of Princess Mononoke, which I saw this year or maybe last year. It's a phenomenal movie, great movie.
It must have been
Irish,
this year. Was it in theaters?
what?
Did you watch it in
No,
theaters?
I watched it on my home TV.
Oh, it came out in theaters again this year. I watched it. It was in Japanese with Chinese subtitles, so I didn't understand it, but it kicked ass anyway.
Or Irish Ferngully, Irish Avatar, Irish Dances with Wolves, which, probably not the best, comparison given the colonialist nature of Kevin Costner's character. But I do kind of have a soft spot for Dances with Wolves, even though, mainly just because I like Kevin Costner as an actor.
Mm.
Especially in his string of 90s movies. Like even when he was in a bad movie, he was still Kevin Costner. So there was some charm there. But it manages to kind of like use all those elements while still being its own thing and adhering
Mm,
to Irish folklore, Irish like sort of a celebration of the Irish
for sure.
culture.
I love if you like this movie, you really should watch The Secret of Kells because that's the first movie from Cartoon Saloon that I saw. It is I love that they have this darkness in them while still being a children's movie, but not being overbearingly grim. It's like there's this dose of realistic darkness in this movie and in The Secret of Kells that it doesn't feel like. I mean, it feels real, as I was implying by saying realistic, but it feels like these are real problems that real people faced or are facing, at least in the context of the film. Yeah, they're stuck at a crossroads like Goodfellow. He's just trying to do the best thing he can for his daughter. He's doing something bad, but he seems like a really good guy who has maybe perhaps too much of a happy ending because it's a children's movie. But yeah, you should watch The Secret of Kells as well. I
Okay,
don't think it's locked away in Apple TV, as far as I know. So,
I'll
because it's
find
from
it.
2009.
Anyway, yeah, I think there was another movie related to
Song
that
of the
that was
Sea.
suggested to me as well. So I have some homework to do there. So
I
yeah,
want to know more about Irish culture now.
yeah. Well, in general, I strive to know more about Irish culture because it's pretty cool. Like there's a lot
Mm.
there that was kind of like painted over when the British came and were like, hey, this is this is
This is
this is
mine now.
yeah, this is mine now, which is what they did to a lot of different places. So hopefully,
Right.
hopefully we can learn more about it. But uh, yeah, anything else that you have to add here?
The only thing I have to say is the Irish are based, number one. We should all appreciate more Irish culture. And number two, We need to plan that trip to Ireland. I remember you wanted to go. I want to go. We need to make that happen. Not right now, but we can figure it out. And number three, the most important question, as always, is which character do you relate to the most?
Well, first of all, we're probably gonna go. I'm gonna go next summer. You can come along with me. We can go
You
to
should
Dublin.
go at the beginning or end of summer. Actually, the end, because I have to renew my passport.
Okay, I'll try to figure something out there.
Or maybe the beginning.
But as for your other question, I think I don't think I'm necessarily as heroic as Meb or feral as Meb or necessarily as heroic as Robyn, and I'm not, a colonizer like the Lord Protector or even
Mhm.
briefly like the Father. Although I want to say I'm not. Other people might disagree because of things, various things. But I think the character that I identify most with is the farmer who was put in the stocks for
Hell
making fun of the
yes.
Lord Protector. I feel like it's only a
Hell
matter of
yes.
time before the people in power get upset. That even though I don't have any real power, like they're gonna be like, "Hey, you can't be saying things about the king like that." So off to the stocks with you, sir.
For sure.
But that felt, especially cogent in this day and age. But what about you? Who did you identify with?
Um, it's a good question. I think I would have to say the one that I relate to most. I feel like maybe I don't relate to. Oh, Merlin. The hawk. Yeah. I'm gonna say Merlin because there's a point where he's like trying to he can't speak the language, but he's trying to explain things to Robyn, and he seems confused why she doesn't understand. And he's just trying to help. Not when he gets shot. It's like when she's got smell-o-vision or something. I forget exactly what's happening, but there were a few times where you see Merlin and he's like doing this or something.
Mm-hmm.
He feels a bit exacerbated, and I feel like that sometimes. So I think I relate to Merlin the most.
Yeah, I was definitely watching it, and I was like, "Oh, is this a Falcon or is this Lucas?" No, but
Falcon, thank you.
it's a good and it's a good answer, I would say. So,
Mm.
um, there you go.
So, what is the Vietnamese movie we are watching next month?
Yeah, so I was just trying to find, a culture whose movies we hadn't really seen yet, which there's probably a lot. But let me look up this real quick. The movie that we're watching is actually an LGBT movie, Vietnam's first gay movie. Some people say,
What?
which like there were previous gay movies, but most of those were kind of like derogatory towards the gay community, or they featured like more
Mm.
stereotypes than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like hesitant to do another gay movie because I feel like we talked about Paris is Burning, but the other option was like was a war movie that I didn't feel was something that I felt like that would have been too kind of depressing.
Mm.
Although I don't think that actually matters, and also like there's no quota on how many gay movies we can watch in a given year. So Vietnam's first gay movie, called Lost in Paradise. That's one title. It's also called like Hot Boy, or like the story of Kui. I'm not pronouncing that correctly, and the Duck, or the
Mm.
prostitute. There's a bunch of different titles, but we're referring to it as Lost in Paradise, until told
Excellent.
otherwise. So that's that's the movie for November. Very Thanksgiving themed. No, pretty solid, or pretty hopefully pretty solid. I've heard good things about it, but I've never seen a Vietnamese movie, so this will be a first for me. I don't know about you.
I don't think so. I've seen at the close. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything from Vietnam. So, maybe. I think I have maybe. I forget what it's called. It's like like a. I forget what it's called. There's a type of fighting. Maybe it's from Vietnam. I can't remember what. I think I've seen one. It's an
Muay
action
Thai?
movie. No, that's no.
Yeah,
That's
that I guess
the
Thailand.
name is kind of
Oh,
implies
duh,
a
yeah.
different country. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Ok something or other. It has a ridiculous scene where the bad guy is like in a wheelchair, and by the end of it, somehow he's climbed into a or been dragged into it. I don't know. The bad guy's at the top of a hill inside of a mountainous cave. And I just remember seeing that and thinking, how the fuck did he get up there? And and oh shit, what is the government agency that that focuses on like accessibility of buildings and
ADA. Yeah.
yeah, and then my cousin who recommended I watch it was like, that's not ADA approved.
Yeah, there's no guardrails or wheelchair
Yeah.
ramps.
I don't know if that's from Vietnam. I think it is, or maybe it's from Laos or something. Maybe it's from Thailand. I can't remember. I will find the name of the movie. I highly recommend it. It kicks ass. Oh, hang on. I know the actor's name. Ong
I've heard of,
Bak.
yeah, oh I've heard of that. I haven't
Oh,
yet
it's from
watched it,
Thailand.
but I've heard of it.
Okay, sorry, it's not from it's from Thailand. So I've never seen anything from Vietnam. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
But Ong Bak, definitely watch that movie. It is a good time, and you will see so many unapproved, not ADA approved things happening.
Okay, I should point out that a lot of Vietnam cinema, especially I would say pre-2000s, focuses understandably on the trauma of the Vietnam War. Also, it does seem somewhat critical of the government as well.
Nice.
Even the like the post-communist government, which I feel like any like movie artist is going to be critical of any government, even if
Mm.
it is like doing a net positive. There are still some
Yeah,
drawbacks.
there are
So.
going to be bad things that happen, or things that policies that affect people in a negative way, even if it's a net positive, as you say.
And it's understandable because like it's so recent in Vietnam's history. Like within the
Mm.
past, I mean, the Vietnam War was like 60 or so years ago by this point, but I
Yeah.
mean that's still fresh, and like we're still
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about World War II. So I mean that makes
There are
sense.
still mines and bombs being pulled out of Laos and Cambodia and stuff. So it's in living memory.
Anyways, this is the end of the video. We're talking about Lost in Paradise in the next month. If you have anything to say, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, not only to my channel, but also to Lucas's channel, as he has many interesting things to say about Final Fantasy, which I still need to watch, and I will definitely do that today. But other than that, we wish you the best of luck in your weird and wolf shape shifting related travels. Farewell.
Farewell.